So in this presentation, we are going to walk you through the process of getting paid for your student employment positions on campus. So first and foremost, you have to become eligible to work on campus. All students are required to ensure that the following forms are completed prior to working on campus. If these forms are not completed and submitted to Human Resources, you will not be eligible to work. Again, these have to be turned in before you begin working on campus. This is required by federal law. The 3 forms you must turn in are the I-9 verification, the W-4 tax form, and the Maryland 507 tax form. And you can certainly find these online on the CDO's website, so certainly go there to locate those forms. So the most critical piece of your student employment documentation outside of the required documents before you start working is your timesheet while you're working. So every 2 weeks, this form must be submitted to payroll by noon the Thursday after the payroll period ends. You can find the payroll calendar on the student employment webpage of the CDO's website, and certainly you can connect with your student supervisor to get those dates as well. Every piece of this form must be completed correctly and accurately in order to be paid on time. If there is something incorrect, if it's not submitted on time, it will result in a delay in payment, which of course nobody wants. So certainly have that conversation with your student supervisor to ensure compliance with this document. They have to sign it as your student supervisor. You have to sign it. You have to fill it out legibly and correctly. So again, just have that conversation with your student supervisor to ensure you are having this completed on time and correctly every 2 weeks. How many hours can you work? A very important question to know while you are certainly navigating the student employment process. So when classes are in session during the fall and spring semesters, no student is allowed to work more than 20 hours per week. So again, when classes are in session during fall and spring, you cannot work more than 20 hours a week. When classes are not in session, such as summer or winter break, you are actually able to work up to 29 hours per week. So some variability there, but pretty straightforward. Classes in session, 20 hours a week. Not in session, 29 hours per week. This image here on the right is a breakdown per week conversion based on the new student employment allotments coming into effect. So depending on your allotment and your pay rate, you're going to see the average number of hours we recommend you working per week so as to not cap out your allotment too quickly. So this chart is really aiming at showing you how many hours per week to schedule yourself amongst all your positions in order to maximize your student employment allotment throughout the academic year. And of course, you want to know how much you're going to get paid. And it does vary, again, based on position on campus. So beginning fall 2016, all campus student employment positions will fall into one of 3 levels based on the skills required for the position. So within this new pay scale, raises are eliminated. So all positions are really going to be paid one of 3 rates. If you are in a level 1 position, you will be paid minimum wage. And for the 2016-2017 year, that minimum wage is $8.75 an hour in the state of Maryland. If you are working in a level 2 position, that is minimum wage plus $2. So for the 2016-2017 year, you will be paid $10.75 an hour if you are working in a level 2 position. Level 3, again, is reserved for those stipend paid positions, and for that information, please contact your student supervisor if you are being paid a stipend for your position. So one of the important pieces of student employment, of course, is receiving your actual paycheck. Students have 2 options when receiving paychecks from government. They can either elect to have a paper check or have a direct deposit of their check into their bank accounts. If you are electing for a direct deposit money earned on campus, then you will need to just provide us with that individual bank account information, and Human Resources will walk you through that information. If you are wanting to be paid via a paper check, then those checks are deposited biweekly in your on-campus post office box. And HR will also notify you of paycheck delivery methods outside the academic semesters when maybe the post office is closed, for example, during the break periods. So again, you do have two options when receiving a paycheck. It's completely your decision there. Just know that we certainly recommend direct deposit, as it is actually a quicker method of getting paid through your on-campus employment. In addition to your paycheck, you also have the ability to access your pay stub online. This is very important for tax purposes, for an understanding of what you're earning, and you certainly want to check it out to make sure you're being paid the correct amount based on the level of your position. So this slide really goes over how to access the ADP payroll provider portal, where you will actually be able to access that information. It's a pretty quick process to register and create your account and have continuous access 24/7 to that information. So just know you are going to need the company code, which is provided here on the slide, the given pay date, which you are looking for, and of course your social security number. If you have any questions about this, please contact payroll office on campus directly, as they will be able to walk you through that a little bit more completely. And that's really it regarding getting paid on campus. Again, we continue to encourage you to submit feedback and questions regarding student employment. It is extremely valuable to us as we continue to improve student employment on campus. And certainly you can also contact the Career Development Office for that information, with that information. And so our information is listed here at the bottom of the slide. Thank you.